Hey beauties, morning to you. Morning everybody or everyone. All right, so I was listening to the news and I've been hearing it since last night, but it was confirmed this morning, where the PNP's administration, basically they're considering boycotting the rest of the sitting House of Representatives, the debate for the budget. And my encouragement to Mark Golding and his team is to not do it. I understand how disrespected and disregarded you may feel, because in my personal opinion, in my own humble opinion, you did nothing wrong. You really said nothing wrong. You called out something that a lot of people have been talking about. One, nepotism, and especially that type husband and wife situation, in some serious leadership roles, one being the House Speaker, one being the Prime Minister. Two, you spoke about her not tabling certain things that have been sent to her. So you were talking about, because of these things, nothing is being done about it in terms of accountability. I know you mentioned that because the Prime Minister knew that you were coming with the whole 6 illicit enrichers situation. That is the main reason as to why he would have walked out. Notwithstanding, I still say that I am so sorry that you guys last year, when they had presented her to be the House Speaker, that even though you said it is a tradition for the opposition to accept who they present, it is not something that I think if it is not something in the Constitution that we just run with. I don't think things are written in blood. In other words, suppose they came with a mass murderer, if you understand. I know that may be hyperbole I'm using and something way off. But in other words, it would be better if whoever is in opposition say, all right, for the time being, we will go with it, but I think we need to deal with it because we are not necessarily in support of this person that you have moved forward with. Maybe in the interim, we can work with it until we now discuss it. Had you have a discussion like that, then what would have happened? Your entire slate would have been clean. In other words, the GLP could not have come with anything to hit you with, because it's going to, on their end, it's going to seem as if you guys are being hypocritical. I know maybe that was not the intention. You said you were not there, and as I guess you went with a tradition. Sometimes tradition can be the downfall of any group of people. I remember one day I was performing somewhere, was singing somewhere, and somebody who just didn't like me for whatever personal reasons they've had, we never had run-ins or anything like that, they walked out on me. God is so good, I didn't even see it. It was somebody who told me. But when they told me, for some reason it rubbed me the wrong way, and I really was displeased. I said to myself, in spite of everything, maturity must always be the order of the day. Time passed, and I remember the person had to be on the stage, sort of a thing, and I sat through the person's presentation. I didn't get up and walk. I could have done the same. So, Jamaicans have a way of using this scripture about eye for an eye and tooth for a tooth. That's not what it really means, and it doesn't mean you repay evil for evil. It means that if somebody does wrong, whatever punishment is meted out, it must meet the type of wrong or crime committed. So, for example, if somebody breaks into your home and steals a pen, you would lock him up for 30 years, 40 years, even if you want to teach him a lesson. The punishment it outweighs the crime committed. So that would be going outside of the eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. That's what it means, beautiful people. It's not telling you to rape it because somebody plucks your eye out, you pluck back their eye out. Or they pluck your tooth, or they pull out your tooth, you pull out their tooth. That's not what it is saying. It is talking about the punishment must meet the crime, and I use the word crime in this case, or the infraction, the misconduct committed. All right, so let me clear that part up. But back to the whole budget debate. Remember, it's about the people. Remember, it is about the people. When you feel like you're losing control, just go back to a sort of a place of solace and focus. It is about the people. The people of Jamaica, they're taxpayers. They're a part of this country. They need to know what is happening. So I would say do not boycott it. Be the bigger of the two. Stay the course. If the Prime Minister is the one scheduled to speak next, listen. And then whoever is coming with their counteracting point, I hope that the GLP will stay. Even if they should bring up something about a wife and husband business, as long as somebody is not getting personal, where it becomes derogatory, where it becomes disrespectful to the point where it becomes degrading, then you have to put a stop to it. That's nobody's going to be supporting of that on either side. Outside of that, that did not take place yesterday in my purview, in what I heard the opposition leader stated. Being offended doesn't mean that the person is wrong. I can correct somebody in love and do the right thing. They can feel offended, but it doesn't mean that I wronged them. So I didn't think the opposition leader did anything or said anything out of line. People talked about, I saw some comments where people saying he's trying to make the prime minister look corrupt. Trust me, that statement could not, make the prime minister look corrupt. It would have to be a series of things and over a number of years and consistency. So that really did not have anything to do with the prime minister looking corrupt. I saw that in a comment and I said that was a very weak argument to posit to the Jamaican people. That's one. But my encouragement to the PNP's administration, Mark Goling and his team, don't boycott. Do not boycott. Just stay, where you are. Don't boycott it. Stay where you are. Yeah, so sorry about that, beautiful people. My encouragement is that you don't boycott it, that you just stay, because it is important that the Jamaican people are given the salient information. They know what is going on. They can make whatever decisions they need to make on the basis of what the budget. They can know what to plan for. The whole enchilada, every single thing. Don't boycott. Don't go down that road. What was done was not right. I personally believe that Prime Minister, no, it wasn't right. He should have stayed the course, because he has an opportunity that even if, let us say you went on the personal side, that he had an opportunity to address it when his time to speak comes around. He had that time to address it. One of the things that I will give one of the former Prime Ministers, PJ Patterson, I remember, I was much, much younger then, when they attacked his character, reputation. I don't know what they never attacked where he was concerned, to the point that he was called Black Scandal Bag. And he just remained silent. He said, you cannot quote silence. And he just said, I will return. That's all he said. And he did return. He did return. They call him all manner of things. I think it was one time, I think he responded when they tried to attack his sexuality. He said, I'm not one. I'm not a homosexual. It came out in the Gleaner at the time. Big and bold. I never forgot. But outside of that, he took the blows. He never responded, really. He took the blows. And I'm sure that if he were there and, it was presented to him, he would have just probably sat there, with the glasses, him have a waver. Like that with the glasses on his face, and just come with his speech when it's time for him to speak. And I'm sure he would have just addressed it in a decent manner, in a gentleman-like manner, in a mature manner. Don't boycott PNP. Do not boycott the rest of it. Don't go down that road. Don't set that precedence. Remember, people are looking on, because sometimes you might do the same thing and it ends up backfire on you guys. Don't do it. Don't let your good be evil spoken of. So we can't chide a man on doing something and then you end up doing it. It's going to make emotional intelligence seem like it's something non-existent to the Jamaican people or non-existent to politicians. It's really going to make it seem that way. So don't just be the bigger of the two. Continue through, and so on. I hope you will find an opportunity. Whatever, I know you had your speech was cut short. It was annihilated early because, it says, I guess because they walked out on you. So this, I guess whoever what you call them again, they're the moderator. It's not moderator is the word. You know who I'm talking, said, I guess based on protocol, it has to just end. So don't boycott. Don't boycott. Don't boycott. All right? Guys, follow me on TikTok, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please share this message.